Hello everyone, welcome to Dorothy Chia Piano, where I talk about all things piano teaching and piano learning. So, the last video that I did was on sight reading at grade 8. Today, we're going to look at sight reading for grade 1. Let's begin. So for sight reading in grade 1, what are the things that piano teachers should work on and focus uh, for teaching the skill of sight reading to young uh, musicians? All right. So let's look at the keys that grade 1 the kids should be familiar with. All right. So for major key, they need to know C major, no sharp, no flat. G major, one sharp, key of F major, one flat, and then the relative minor key of D minor and A minor. So, if you look at a typical sight reading preparation for grade 1, the kid must be familiar with the articulation of legato and staccato. Right? They need to be able to play expressively to identify basic tempo markings like allegro and lento, adagio, and then basic dynamics like loud and soft, crescendo, diminuendo. They also need to be familiar with the time signature of 2 counts, 3 counts, and 4 counts. Right? So a book that I highly recommend is Joining the Dots. This is a book that I use with my own students. It's by Ellen Bullard. Yeah, do take a look at it. I like how the pieces are arranged um, in, uh, in the order of the keys that the students have to work with. Notes at the beginning to help teachers. All right. So this is something that you can work through with the students. So for example, look at the time signature, count and tap the beats. Okay, keep counting, now tap the rhythm. Now check the first note and the fingering. And then if you like, try out the piece and then finally play it right through without stopping. Let's look at an example of a piece that's from here, the grade 1 sight reading, and we'll walk through and talk through the sight reading. I'm going to take from D minor. We'll look at I'm Late. This is on page 23. I'm Late uses staccato, all right? It also entails that the students is familiar with the accent sign. And then the music is in 2 counts with the use of quaver. So if I tap through the rhythm, it should sound like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So as a teacher, there are some things that I would point out to the student. Look at bar 3 and compare that with the second last bar. So bar 3 is 2 crotchets. So they just came from quaver 1 and 2. It's important that the next bar, bar 3, isn't counted as tate, but rather ta, ta, ta. It's always tricky when the music moves from quaver beats back into crotchets and back into minim beats. It really shows whether the student is keeping time and having a steady pulse within them. The second last bar is also tricky because the rhythm of tate ta has been established. And at the second last bar, there is an inversion, a retrograde of that rhythm, where now is ta, tate. All right. So it's a test once again on how comfortable the student is keeping the pulse. There's only one dynamic marking, forte. Forte means loud. So here, the two articulations, staccato and accent. Let's begin. be very easy, but for your grade 1 student, there are lots of things and minute details to look out for. Next video, I will be talking on how to prepare sight reading even before the student reaches grade 1. So tune in next week. So till then, bye-bye.